All right, welcome back. So this is the second part of two-part series of building a street lamppost. Right, in the previous part, the first part, we built this light, and then today I'm going to add kind of like a hook and then a concrete base, and then add some fog, and then try to make it more, realistic slightly. So let's start. Go to side view, front view of course, and then right click here, and then add a curve, bezier curve. This is of course rotated in a different way. So what I want to do is select the curve that is already, R for rotate, and then X to constrain to x-axis, type 90 and hit enter. Again to the front orthographic view. Now grab and then tab into edit mode. Grab this, hook somewhere here, and E to extrude, and then get it down. And let's adjust this one slightly. I believe we might need to select all these and then scale to make it more appealing. Grab, place it right under the curve. Yeah, we can adjust that one later, but for now let's focus on fine-tuning this. Grab the entire thing over here, select this, grab. Okay, now grab this and rotate this. Okay, I think that should do it. Let's select the curve, come over here and then select the object data properties. Under the geometry, scroll down until you find bevel, and then increase the bevel. Maybe let's say 6.6. Yep. And I feel like this is more like low poly, so I want to add one level of subdivision surface modifier to this one. Control 1, go to side view again. Now focus here, select everything, grab, and then place it right under that point. Okay, now select the curve, tab into edit mode, select this point, shift S, cursor to selected, tab out of edit mode. Now go to add mesh and then cylinder. That is our concrete base. Let's make it a little bit nicer. Go to edit mode, base selection mode, select the top base, I to insert, and then G to grab, Z to constrain to Z axis. Again, I to insert, G to grab, Z to constrain to Z axis. Okay, now tab into object mode, select the base, grab, shift Z. Now you can move your base on the plane of X and Y, but not in the Z axis. Okay, now that should do it. Let's do some object shade smooth and go to object data properties, normals, shade smooth. auto smoothing. Okay, let's do some, go to edge selection mode, select this edge, GG, and then scale. I think that way it is look nicer. Tab, and now let's assign some materials to this. Go to material, add new. Let's assign some dark gray so that it looks like a concrete, not black, of course. Yeah. Okay, now select the pole and then add some black material, black, and then under the metallic make it all the way 1 to 1 so that it is metallic, and then roughness reduced to maybe 0.3. that gives it a little bit of glow. Alright, so let's see through the camera, and then I need to adjust the camera. Press N and then select view and put a tick in front of camera to view, lock to camera view, whatever the thing it says. And now let's adjust our scene. Alright, so let's see how it looks like when you render this out. So this is EV rendering. Of course it has some flows. So let's close this rendering and then switch our render engine in the render properties. So first of all, switch off this hide this menu and go to render properties, select cycles. Now we have cycles, 128 cycles in the rendering. That takes a while to render. What I do here is I will make it 16. I know it's noisy, believe me, but it's 16. Let's render image. So it's a bit fast, but it is noisy. So what I do here is I want to reduce the noise. So how I'm going to do that? Before that, I want to do one more thing. Let's switch off this camera rotation, and now we can focus on our objects. Now what I do here is I'm going to add some fog. So there are two ways of adding fog. You can add fog to the entire world scene, or you can add fog to a particular object. So adding fog to the entire scene slows down your development or maybe rendering time. So what I do here is I'm going to add an object cube and then scale this one so that encloses the entire scene. Now while it is selected, go to shading. By default we have a shading that is principal BST. Select that one, press X to delete it, and also add search for volume and then principal volume. Connect the volume to volume of the material output. Now your the fog is really dense, so change the color to maybe white and reduce the density to 0.1. Now you can see your models through the fog, and then let's enable our render preview, and you have one bright light in here, so I just want to delete that. Now what remains is the light inside your the lamp. Let's select the light from here and bring it down, grab Z slightly. Okay, now let's go back to layout and then enable rendering. Now this is what you see when you render. So I want to focus my camera from this view. What I do here is Control Alt and then 0 from keyboard numpad, and then you focus your camera to the view. Now press N, go to view, lock the camera to view, and then adjust as necessary. That'll be like this. Okay, now disable the camera movements and then press N to hide that menu. Alright, so let's make it more like a night scene. Right now it is dark gray, the background is dark gray. It's not pretty much like a night scene. So let's make it a night scene. So this is the trick. Click on the world properties and then click on the color and then make it dark blue. Now you feel like it is a night scene, right? So let's enable our camera point up angle and then let's go to render and then render image. Let's see, now it is having a dark blue background, so it's appealing, like you feel like it's a night scene basically. But still we have a problem of noise data, right? So after you done with the rendering, your scene is very noisy, right? So what you need to do here is we need to go to compositing, and if it is not there, simply click on use nodes and then you will get these, and then you have 4 outputs from this render layers node. You come over here under the view layer properties, under the passes, enable denoising data. So that will enable a couple of other output, and then you need to add another node called denoise and then get it and connect it here, and then get the normal denoising normals, connect with the normals, get the denoising albedo and connect with albedo. Now let's do rendering again. Now it is noisy in the first pass, and then after it is done rendering, it does denoising. Let's see how it looks like. Now it is rendering. It is fast because we are using 16 samples in the cycles. Now it is done, and now denoising. Now it is denoised. See the difference. So yeah, that's conclude our the 2 parts tutorial on how to create a lamp street street lamp post. So what we did here, so we added fog by using a cube and then apply principal volume and then adjusted our settings so that it will put some volumetric fog into our scene. And also remember not to add that one to the entire world, so that will slow down your process or rendering or your development. And also we added a nice blue background so that it feels like a night scene. So this fog makes it more appealing, like you feel like a night scene because of that rays coming out of this light. All right, so that's all for this tutorial, and hope you enjoy this. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.